Blog Talk Radio. Welcome to Plus Model Radio, the #1 podcast for plus-size women. I'm your host, Shanice Lewis. Today is Tuesday, June 16th, 2009. As always, I've got a good show for you, and today we're going to learn about the new clothing line, Revolution 1228. Revolution 1228 is the brainchild of plus-size supermodel and celebrity author Mia Tyler and dye designer Victoria Baker Winfrey. Revolution 1228 is an exclusive plus-size clothing company bringing women exactly what they want by asking them first. In addition to breaking all the industry rules when it comes to what types of women they use for models, the company, which started from scratch and funded by fan donations, is already generating major buzz in the plus-size clothing world via social networking and word of mouth. The May 2009 launch of their first staple piece, the Holy Grail Tee, proved to be a monumental hit after selling out in 24 hours. So let's welcome Mia and Victoria to the show. Hi.
Hello.
All right, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Well, I'm so glad you were able to call in. I don't know what happened yesterday.
Don't even ask.
But I'm glad you're here today. So how long have you known each other, and when did the two of you decide to become business partners?
We met on MySpace, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I think just because MySpace is such a big thing now, like I've met like a bunch of my friends from there. But yeah, we met through MySpace, and then we just kind of became friends, and I don't even know how long ago that was. That was like a couple years ago, like 3
Yeah, it was probably about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And so when did you decide to become business partners?
Well, I've been talking to her about her starting a clothing line because it's something she's always wanted to do. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and it's something that a lot of people were expecting her to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so one day I was just like, you know what, you need to hurry up and get your clothing line started because I want to work for you.
Right.
And she said, well, you know, nobody really wants to help me out with this, so we're going to have to do it ourselves. And then that's when I was like, I basically got the green light and was like, okay, how are we going to do this? And I said, I just thought, hey, okay, why don't we get the fans to donate the seed money so we can get started? And then it just went rolling snowball style from there.
Now, Victoria, we're all familiar with Mia because she's in entertainment, but tell us about your background in the fashion industry. What were you doing before this clothing line launched?
My real only background in the fashion industry is that I would alter clothing for myself because I couldn't find anything that I really liked in my size, and I've been every size from 12 through 24, and I hated everything that was out there, so I just started reading books and started cutting up things and adding to things and taking away from things just to make my own clothes.
Now, what does the dye designer mean?
DIY. Do it yourself.
A brand?
No, it's just DIY just stands for do it yourself.
Oh.
Cut your own stuff up, you know. Make it yours.
Okay. So tell us the concept behind you guys' new clothing line, and what does the name Revolution 1228 mean?
We actually had a contest on MySpace to basically how this all started is, I get a lot of girls who always write to me. I always want to know where I buy my clothes, and So we really wanted to make clothes that were what the people wanted. And so we did a lot of polls on MySpace, like what is it from shirts and stuff that you want. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
hear you.
Okay. Sounds like I'm in a wind tunnel.
So the name Revolution 1228 was a fan created the name, and they won the contest, and that became the name.
Well, we put it out there. We said think revolutionizing. We said think sizes 12 to 28, and everyone came up with just these crazy names. And her name was just kind of really simple, and it was what we had already said. And we decided just to put 1228 on there because we want everyone to know that that's the size we're going to.
So that's like the size is 12 to 28.
Exactly, and that's also why we picked it, because we knew that not everybody would get that. It doesn't just scream plus-size clothing label. It's a catchy name that nobody really gets unless you get it,
Right. So why did you decide to create a clothing line exclusively for plus-size women versus doing all sizes?
I only know plus sizes, so I wouldn't even want to even... There's enough clothing lines out there for skinny girls, and I just think there's the clothing lines that are out there. That are out there for plus size. I don't love them all, and I think a lot of times they just take something that's a size 12 and they just stretch it to be a size 28, and I just don't think that's fair. Just for sizes, I mean, something that fits somebody that's a 12, you can't just stretch it out and make it a 28. Like, you have to actually put the measurements into it. And so that's kind of what we decided to do, is actually put a little heart and love into the clothes itself. And I wouldn't want to make skinny clothes because I really don't know anything about skinny.
Exactly. Same here.
And so we're also doing it so that a bunch of the pieces, so the select pieces, are also, we're calling it universal maternity, so that, because there really aren't any plus-size maternity clothing lines, and so we're trying to make the clothes so that you can wear them when you're pregnant and when you're not pregnant, so they've got a good stretch to them. It's not going to be uncomfortable, and so it's kind of, so you don't have to throw away your clothes or get rid of your clothes. You can keep them when you're pregnant and when you're not pregnant, and everybody's always pregnant, so.
Not me.
Well, not me, but a lot of people.
So
what'd
you say?
What? Oh, no, we just decided to really make this line for, so many people write to me and they're asking me, like, I wish that I had this and I wish that there was that, and so we really decided to make this line for the people and what they wanted.
Right. Now, you raise your funds for the clothing line in an untraditional way from fan donations. So tell me more about that, and why did you choose to do it that route?
That's how we started. I think everyone's got this misconception that because I come from, a famous celebrity family that I have lots of money, which I don't. I don't take any money from my family, nor would I ever. So any money that goes into this clothing line would have to come out of my or Vic's pocket, and neither of us have enough money to do that. So we decided at first just to raise, a little capital by offering, if you'd like to be a model for our line and you live locally, then you get, a free shirt and you get a coupon and you get to come do a photo shoot. You get to get your hair and your makeup done. So we try to offer things that people will want as well. We raised enough money to have, our first shipment or our first batch of shirts made. And
so you like manufacture them yourself? You didn't like just get something from downtown LA? These are custom made?
No, we created it from scratch, and we had it manufactured.
Yeah, we got the exact we polled everybody from sizes 12 to 28, and we got like the general measurements pretty much for the sizes, and so we tried to make them as close to the real sizes as possible, and we had a pattern made. This Holy Grail shirt is Vic's baby. I call this one Vic's baby because it's really her dream shirt. You know, it's the shirt that everybody wanted with the 3/4 sleeve and the neck and the length. I mean, I like it when shirts cover my butt sometimes. So, you know, this shirt definitely can be worn as a dress or a shirt. And we took it to this lady who makes patterns, and we said, look, this is exactly what we want. Can you make a shirt like this? She made a pattern for us, and then we take it to this guy, and I personally go down and buy fabric. I had to go downtown and buy fabric today, and we've got this great guy that makes all the shirts. He's got a company, and we make them from scratch. I mean, this shirt is 120 million% from scratch.
Yeah, it doesn't exist out there, and especially at the price that we're offering it.
So, Mia, why didn't you ever think about doing a clothing line maybe through a major chain like Torrid or Lane Bryant? Why did you feel this was the best way to get your line out?
I was actually approached by a major company to do a line, and I didn't like the way that it really wasn't about the clothes. It was just about throwing a name on clothes. And one of the problems that a lot of girls have are, you know, sometimes if you're plus size, you're shorter. And then there's some women who, you know, don't have an ounce of fat on them at all, but they're really tall, so that's what makes them plus size. And so there's all different body types, and I just didn't think it was fair to just throw my name on something where they're going to take a 12 and just stretch it to a 28. And I would much rather do it myself, and that way I know every piece of everything that's going into these is 100% genuine. And just, I mean, I just think that a lot of people are getting off nowadays, especially with prices. I mean, you know, because we make our clothes from scratch, and I know how much it costs to buy the fabric and then have the guy make it. And you know, we could technically sell these shirts for, you know, $60 or $70 and make such a huge profit, but we're not about making a profit. We're about making clothes that the people are going to want. And, of course, at the end of the day, we're going to, you know, make a little bit off of it, but this is like really, that's why we're trying to sell everything for, you know, $30 and under, because you can make a really good piece of clothing with really good material and still make a profit off of it and sell it to the people, especially nowadays when the economy is such crap.
Right.
But, you know, the shirts and stuff that we have, we're selling everything for $30 and under. There's going to be a couple of dresses later in the future that'll probably be a little bit more, but I mean, we'll never really sell anything over, you know, over $50 or over $60, just because there's no, you know, we're not making like couture clothes here. We're making, you know, regular clothes that people can wash.
Everyday wear.
Yeah.
So what type of clothing do you carry? Is it just T-shirts and dresses right now?
Right now we have the Holy Grail shirt, which you know, it's like that lemonade game online. You know, you make lemonade and then you sell it and then you make a profit off of it. We're just selling the Holy Grail shirt right now. That's like our main piece. We just had a sample made of a dress that we want to start making. We basically took samples of everything that we want to make, and I put them on the Revolution 1228 MySpace and my MySpace, and we let everyone see where we want to go with this line and what we want to make. And so now we're taking all the things that the people love the most, and we're making that. So we've got the Holy Grail shirt, and then we've got this dress that's coming out, and that is part of the universal maternity. So you can buy it if you're pregnant or if you're not pregnant, and that should be ready pretty soon. So we'll probably be going into production with that in the next couple of weeks. But we have to start off, you know, like I said, we took donations, but now all the money that's going into this is strictly from us, and so we're really trying to be smart about it and just make pieces that people are really going to love. And I guess they like it because we sold out in 24 hours, which Vic and I were terribly nervous, but yeah,
but it was a success.
Worked out.
Well, do you plan to expand in the future, maybe to like denims and other types of clothing?
Yeah, I mean, jeans kind of scare us. Yeah, pants in general scare us, but we've got to do something. It's just going to take a lot of research and a lot of, fit models and polling and a whole bunch of research to get that right, because pants are very difficult. But we definitely want to expand into every area that's needed. Mm-hmm. We want to, help everybody out and help ourselves out, because this is stuff for us, too. We're wearing these clothes. I wear that Holy Girl shirt like 5 times a week, literally.
That's every day.
Every day. I live in it. I sleep in it. It's like she said, it's my baby, and I'm really proud of it. And some of the other dresses we have coming out, there's one particular one that Mia has the same thing with that she wears every day and doesn't take off. That's coming out soon. So, we want to put stuff out there that everyone is just in love with. It's just the favorite thing they grab in the closet.
Now, the size range of the clothing line is 12 to 28. If someone needs something larger, would you do custom things, or right now it's set in 12 to 28?
Yeah, we're just sticking to the 12 to 28 now. We were contemplating going larger, but once you hit the 30s, the cuts are completely different. And maybe down the line when we have a little more money generating into the company, we can think about expanding into the bigger sizes. But just for right now, because, like I said, we really are like me getting fabric, going to the guy and having it made. And then, Vic and I personally shipped every single shirt. Like, I hand-packed everything. Like, we're doing it all on our own right now. So to start getting into custom stuff would just be 10 times crazier
right now.
Yeah.
So, and the price range you mentioned starts at $30 and goes up to $50. Is that right?
No. It's everything 30 and under.
Oh, 30 and under.
Yeah.
So it starts off at what, like?
Right now it's only 20.
Okay. And what do you think sets your clothing apart from others?
I think that, as much as it's not specifically custom for each person, the idea behind it is because, we did take people's sizes into consideration, and we're really putting a little more love and attention into the pieces as opposed to just mass producing, tons of T-shirts or stretch pants. Like, we didn't want to do that. So we're a really, really tiny company. I mean, we're so tiny, and we're just trying to get off the ground and make pieces of clothing that the people, were demanding. That's what they wanted. And so, it is slightly custom. But we don't have a lot of pieces. So I think that's why, we sell out, because we're just kind of really doing this one shirt. And
right.
Let's get back on the phone and do an interview in a year and see where it takes off, if it takes off and where it goes, because so much can happen. But, we're so tiny, and I would rather have it this way and be small and us struggling than me be involved in some large corporation where they're just,
they don't care about the customers.
It's, impersonal. We don't like that.
Yeah.
So how can someone apply to be a model for your clothing line? Are you still accepting donations?
Well, we are accepting donations, but we're not really pushing that because we really just needed to make the the initial funds to do it. I actually have been picking all my models off of MySpace. I just go through my list and I look to see who's local because we don't have a lot of money to fly people in and out. So we're doing a lot of local girls. We actually had one lady fly in to do it. So but I'm kind of handpicking people on MySpace, and we're trying not to use the same models twice because we kind of want to give everyone a chance. But as far as models go, we have no height requirement. We have pretty much no requirements except that you have to be between a size 12 and a 28. You can have tattoos. You can be short. You can be tall. But just as long as you're between 12 and 28.
Mhm. So on the website. So the donation packages, they aren't valid anymore?
No, they're still valid, but we're not pushing it as much as we did when we first started. But
if somebody wants to purchase the donation package for the modeling package, they will be guaranteed to model for us. It's absolutely. Other than that, we just tell people, let us know that you're interested, and then we'll put you in the list, and we'll go through it. If we need you, then we'll give you a call. But if someone does donate at any of those levels, then they are guaranteed.
Okay. So you said there's no height requirement and no size requirement. So what do you look for in a model?
I think each shoot is different. We just did the photo shoot our last photo shoot, we took the Holy Grail shirt and we took every single size, so 12 to 28, and we put a girl in every size so that when you go to buy the shirt online, you know what size you are and you know how you're going to look. And for that one, I wanted to pick girls that were a little more professional model looking, just because I wanted it to really look just super pro, still without the height requirement. But I just wanted the girls to look kind of pro model. For other shoots, though, we want everyone to relate, and so I'm not going to throw in a bunch of girls that look like professional models because the rest of the world doesn't look like that. We want girls that are off the street, that are just regular people so that people can relate to them, and that's really, we're not looking for one thing in particular. We're just looking for someone who's, going to be able to do what they can in front of the camera to show confidence in the clothes.
And do you lean more towards the rocker look or all types?
No,
all types.
We're trying to switch it up. Obviously, I'm a rocker girl, so I'm always like, we got to have that one. But, we try to put, all different ethnicities. We try to mix it up so that everyone can really relate to that person. But, of course, I always love the rocker girls. But I think also that the modeling world shuns those kind of girls or girls that are considered alternative. And for me, that makes me want to use them more.
Yeah.
So I do look to have in every shoot one girl that's got tattoos or piercings or different hair. We'll use a blonde girl and a brunette. We use black girls and white girls and Asian and every ethnicity. We look for everything, and we try to really mix it up. And our main thing is that everyone can relate to them. So we try to put in make a big mix of everybody.
So do you guys plan to open a store eventually, or to keep everything available online only?
We haven't even thought about that. We're so focused on making the clothes and just selling them. And right now it's online just because it's easier that way. I mean, of course, if we could have a store, that would be amazing. But
it would be cool, but it would add so much to our overhead, that we just at this point in where we are, it would just take away from what we're trying to do. We want to just focus all the money back into the clothing instead of, having to pay for real estate. But in the future, it is certainly a possibility.
Yeah.
So anything in the works, like a launch party or a fashion show or anything like that?
No. I wouldn't even think of that. We just, like I said, we're such a small company that having a fashion show is just, like, not even in my brain capacity. We're just trying to make the shirts and sell them, and because we're so over, like, everything's just so crazy with us packing, and we're also doing the screen printing. We have a friend that has a screen printing company, so we're doing that ourselves too. So the thought of us relaxing and celebrating the line, that'll be like a year from now when we've, achieved all our goals from that. That's when we'll celebrate.
Oh, got it. So besides the clothing line, are either you currently working on anything else or have other things coming up we can look out for?
This clothing line for me has just been everything. I've actually given up a couple jobs just so I could focus on this and
really?
Yeah, because I would love to end my days for the rest of my life living out in the woods somewhere and not having to, do that whole struggle of trying to be in the entertainment industry. Like, if I could live my days out being, part owner of Rev 12.
Oh, okay. I think I just lost the girls. We got disconnected, but we were able to get through the entire interview. So make sure you visit their website. It's www.revolution1228.com and check out all of their T-shirts, and the dresses are to come. So tune in next time, and we'll have more Plus industry professionals with stories to not only inspire you, but to keep you connected. Interested in advertising on our show, being a guest, or have comments? Email us at guests@plusmodelmagazine.com. And if you haven't already, don't forget to join the Plus Model Radio pages on MySpace and Facebook. For more information about our show, go to our website at www.plusmodelmag.com. I've been your host this evening, Shanice Lewis. Thank you for tuning in and supporting Plus Model Radio. Until next time, keep thriving in your curves and be blessed.